Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So this video, we are talking about the tell-all, episode 2, part 2, reunion part 2, tell-all part 2, the second part. Yeah, so I did a video on the first portion, which will be in the eye down below on my channel in general, in my playlist, 90-day playlist. Be sure to check out all those videos in my playlist. Yeah. Like this video, comment below, subscribe to my channel if you want to see any of my other recaps, if you want to be up to date on what's happening on my channel. Yeah, be sure that you're subscribed, hit the notification bell, all that good jazz. Yeah, so if you want to, I'm going to have a yeah count because I'm sure it's going to be a lot. Okay, anyway, if you want to hear my thoughts on reunion part 2, keep watching. Okay, so reunion part 2. Where did we leave off? Reunion part 1 at the end, Amira was coming on and she requested that Andrew not be there because she did not want to see him and she did not want to hear him. And so, excuse me, the producers asked Andrew to just leave the stage while she was there. He protested. He said that he wanted to be there. He didn't feel like it was fair because it would just be one-sided. Like, she would obviously just get to voice her opinion and that would be it. They tried to get him to stay. Yeah. And my question was, do you agree with Andrew that he should have had the opportunity to stay on the stage? He was actually willing to stay on the stage and not have them show his face. So I guess he would have been able to present his side of the story, but she wouldn't be able to see him, and I guess she didn't want that as well. But according to Rebecca, she said that when Andrew was leaving the stage, he said he only came to the tell-all to talk to Amira because I guess they haven't been in communication since. And so I guess that was his way of airing his side of things. With this couple, it's a lot of he said, she said, I would say. Like, he's thinking that this is how it's actually going, and then she is saying, no, this is what is actually happening. So it's a lot of back and forth. Yeah, I have my thoughts on Andrew. Yeah. Let's see. So I guess my thing was, which I wish that they would have done, I guess she didn't air these non-negotiables before. What I kind of wish that they would have been able to do is maybe to tell, and I don't know how this would have worked, but I was thinking about this when I was going to film this video, is I wish that they would have told Andrew that he would be able to respond, but not in real time. And what I mean by that is, I wish that they would have filmed her part and then had him sit down and play back what she said, and then given him an opportunity to tell his side of the story, if that makes sense. But it just wouldn't be in real time. Like, they wouldn't be communicating in real time, but he would be able to respond eventually to what she said, type of situation. I don't know, that's just what my mind is thinking. I don't know if that would actually be able to happen. I feel like it would be. But he didn't want that. He wanted to be able to respond in real time. Anyway, enough of his responding. So, they got to Amira. She said that the last thing that production kind of talked to her about was the ring. She said that she sent the ring back. She also sent some gifts for Andrew and his family, and she heard nothing. So to her, that was like a slap in the face. They asked about the Mexico situation. Andrew said that, Amira said that Andrew never reached out in the 3 days that she was there. Everyone was really disappointed because they were like, if my partner couldn't get a hold of me for 3 days, they were kind of like, my phone would, when I eventually turned it on, it would be blown up with messages and calls saying that they were trying to reach some type of situation. Everyone's like, yeah. I think it was Jovi. Correct me if I'm wrong down below, but I believe it was Jovi that said, wait, he didn't reach out at all in 3 days, and she then changed it to she barely heard anything. And Jovi kind of jumped on that, and he was like, which one is it? Is it that he never reached out, or that he did reach out, just not enough? By this point, the crew was kind of pleading with Amira, let Andrew come on and tell his side of the story. And she was like, no, I don't want to see him. No, that's not happening, type of situation. So they went out to Andrew again and told him, like, hey, the cast wants you back on stage with them. And he's like, I want that too. But once again, they weren't able to come to a compromise about the situation. So Andrew never came on, even with the crew asking, not crew, the cast asked Amira if Andrew can come on and tell his side, and she was like, no. So anyway, I am going to leave here an Instagram account because Andrew did a live. I have to double check on his account to see if he saved the live, but he has been posting like his version of events, and so the live was screen recorded on this Instagram. Like I said, if he saved it, I'll leave his Instagram here, that way you can go if you want to and watch his version of events. Obviously, like I said, it's a he said, she said situation, so proceed at your own liking. Another thing was, Amira said that once she got back from Serbia, that Andrew was already back on the dating app that they met on, and I think it was Sean that asked, how did you know? And she said that their emails were linked up, and so there was an email notification saying that he was back on the dating website, and that's how she was able to find out. Once again, on the live, Andrew kind of explained that. So, yeah. I didn't really watch his explanation for it, but once again, I'll leave the Instagram, that way you can do your own research. So, according to Amira, Andrew wanted kids like as soon as she got to the US, and she said no because she felt like she was being pressured to have kids. Kids are not, an easy thing. Like, kids take work and kids don't fix relationships, and she had mentioned that she didn't want to bring a kid into their situation right now because they weren't in the greatest place. And apparently because of this disagreement, he told her to go back to France. If you remember, they showed like screenshots and stuff of their argument in Serbia concerning, I think it was kids. But yeah, according to her, she said he told her to go back to France, and so he did. And so she did. So, I don't know. I don't know, you guys. Yeah. So, Amira has moved on, though. She is dating someone else. He is from the US, and she said that he is her Mr. Right, the love of her life. So, yeah, sorry, y'all. Got the itch. She has moved on from Andrew completely, and she found someone else. And when the cast broke off for like a, you know, little break, somebody said something that I think sums up this relationship, where they said Andrew and Amira could be like fibbing about certain things, like exaggerating certain things, and they could both be doing it. It's not like Amira is exaggerating the truth or Andrew is exaggerating the truth. It could be, you know, they both have different versions of the same events. They both interpreted things differently. They both saw things differently. It's a very he said, she said situation. And they both might be doing it. So who do you believe? Who do you don't believe? That's up to you. Like I said, go check out Andrew's live, because he's saying, you know, not everything is as it appears. I don't know. And then Mike even said, like, I don't know. Mike thought it was strange that she had already moved on to someone else. Who knows? I mean, it's been months since they broke up, but then you also have to think about the fact that when was the tell-all filmed in relation to when they broke up? That's a whole nother thing. I actually don't know when that would be a good thing to find out. When was the tell-all filmed in relation to them? That's an interesting concept. I don't know why I didn't think of it. I'll have to, if I find out before I edit this video, I'll have to put it down below. That is very interesting. Okay, that is it on the Andrew and Amira relationship. We have Tariq and Hazel. Hazel still wants a girlfriend. And then someone mentioned, so hey, Tariq's gonna have 2 wives or 2 girlfriends, and he's like, no, I have 1 wife. You know, get it straight. Hazel is my #1 priority. And then Tariq actually Tariq revealed, is the word I'm looking for, that this is not his first rodeo when it comes to this type of relationship. He has been in a polyamorous relationship before. And according to him, and according to Hazel, they actually said that, like, intimacy is not the end goal. Like, that's not what they're doing it for. And everyone was very skeptical about it, but they seem to be on the same page, and I feel like that's what it takes when it comes to these type of relationships. Everyone has to know their boundaries. Maybe that's not the word to use. Everyone should know their place. Everyone needs to be on the same page when it comes to this type of relationship, and they sort of are, except for when it comes to Minty. So, they brought Minty back. Minty was looking very pretty in her pink. Pink is definitely her color. Her earrings are very nice. Yeah. Hazel didn't even really want to, like, acknowledge that Minty was in the room. Minty said that Hazel is very beautiful when she's being nice, so I guess, you know, yeah. According to Minty, Hazel didn't like that Tariq was giving her attention, which, you know, the jealousy thing obviously would come into play, and that kind of confirmed what Hazel was saying, because Hazel was saying that she didn't like that Minty and Tariq were speaking Thai in front of her. You know, she kind of felt like left out, and I guess you would. Like, if you're... Actually, this reminds me of a episode of Made in Chelsea. I don't watch it. I watch clips of it. I used to watch it when they used to show it in the US, and then they stopped. That was seasons ago. but one of the couples got into it because this girl's a girl and her ex-boyfriend used to speak French in, like, when they got together, and her current boyfriend would just be standing over there, and he doesn't know French, so he can't participate in what they're saying, so it just feels very exclusive. Like, why are you guys over here chit-chatting in a language that I can't understand? So, yeah. Hazel did not like it. And she expressed, I guess, maybe, I don't know. She expressed in confessionals that she didn't like it. I don't know if she ever told Tariq directly that she didn't like it, but anyway. Yeah. Also, Minty mentioned that she's actually more attracted to men than women. I don't know if that's like a thing that they want in a relationship, because I guess Tariq has always mentioned that it's like Hazel first and then him, so I don't really know if that'll work, because it seems like they want the woman to be more attracted to Hazel than him, but I don't really know. Maybe both of them? I don't know. Like, they've always said that whoever they find, like, that is Hazel's girlfriend. But I don't know. I don't know. Obviously, they probably have the dynamic figured out. They just haven't let the rest of us figure it out. But yeah. And then Tariq is still talking to Minty. However, he talks to her in a group chat. So because Hazel still doesn't trust them talking, Tariq, Minty, and Hazel are all on a group chat together. And even that upsets Hazel, and everyone was like, just delete her from your contacts. And it's like, Tariq refuses to do that. Why? Just delete her. Why does it matter if you talk to her? I don't get it. I'm trying to think. No. Yes? Did Tariq knew Minty before Hazel, right? So I guess technically they're friends, but the situation got messy, so I don't understand why he still needs to talk to her. I don't. Anyway. Yeah. It seems like they still have that issue to absolve, because I'm sure that'll keep being an issue. Like, you should have seen Hazel's face when Minty came on. She was like, it was visibly, I don't want to see you on my screen type of situation. Come on, Tariq, just delete her number. Just delete her number. Okay, that's the end of Tariq and Hazel. And like I had said in the first part, there was a second element to Mike and Natalie, and they ended the show on this very not happy clip. So, if you remember from the tell-all before, not the part one, but the first time they were on the tell-all, Natalie thought that Mike had cheated on her with his best friend Sarah, because there was this whole situation of Mike sleeping over at a friend's house, at Sarah's house, the night before she was supposed to get married, and Mike woke up shirtless, and then she hears Sarah in the background saying, "Oh, I'm about to hop in the shower." So, to add fuel to the fire, they invited Sarah on so that she can tell her part of the story. So, to start things off, Sarah said that, or I don't know if to start things off, but I'm going to read my notes. Sarah did not think that Mike and Natalie were a good match. She said she feels like Mike is a jokester and Natalie's more serious, so that doesn't exactly compliment. It can compliment, but you have to be willing to joke and you have to be willing to be serious. And these two don't exactly give off that vibe, now do they? So, yeah. So that's strike one. You know, she didn't like Natalie from the beginning. Anyway, she addressed the whole wedding situation. She said that yes, her future husband was supposed to be there. Something happened. I think he was coming from out of town or something, and so he couldn't be there that night. However, she did say that her house was full of other people. So it wasn't just Mike spending the night. It seems like it was multiple people spending the night. So that whole thing, I'm like, did Mike explain this? That it wasn't just her? I don't know. Also, I think when Natalie told the story, she had said that Mike had been like naked on FaceTime. And then somebody said shirtless. I don't know which one it was. I think Mike, correct me if I'm wrong, Mike said shirtless. There are plenty of guys that sleep without a shirt on, so I would not exactly count that as a red flag. You know what I'm saying? And Sarah also addressed the whole I'm hopping in the shower thing. She said she never would have said that because there was a bunch of people in her house. So, I don't know. It seems like Natalie may have misinterpreted what happened. I mean, if there's a house full of people, it could have been somebody in the background saying, hey, I called the shower first, or hey, I'm about to hop in the shower. It could have been a woman. Who knows? That doesn't mean that Mike was cheating, especially if he was in a house full of people. It just means that somebody said, hey, I'm about to hop in the shower. And if it's a house full of people, I know that people do that, you know. When there's a whole bunch of people, hey, I call shower first, you know, and then the line continues. So that did not mean that Mike was cheating. And then Sarah once again reiterated that her and Mike have never had anything romantic going on. She's like, he's like a brother to me. Mike said she's like a sister to me. But then the reason why they definitely don't get along is something about Mike had put Sarah on FaceTime. And I guess Natalie had already known that they were close. Like, sorry, I'm scratching my head. Known that they were close. And so Natalie said something to effect of, and according to Sarah, this was like their first real interaction. This was over FaceTime, and Natalie said something like, are all American women whores or just you? So once again, this is apparently the first interaction between Natalie and Sarah. Sarah is Mike's best friend, and Natalie said, and I quote, are all American women whores or just you? According to Sarah, that is what Natalie said to her. So this is allegedly, that's what was said, allegedly. Natalie refuted that. She was like, I didn't say that. Sarah said, yes, you did. Sarah said that she said it because a friend of hers had told her that it's American men and women can't be best friends, and so I guess that was the reason that Sarah said that. Natalie said that, allegedly. Apparently Mike was there. Sean tried to get Mike to, you know, decide or to say what was said, because it was obviously a she said situation. Mike just said, oh, it got really heated really quickly. I wish that Sean would have pushed him a little more to get him to really say what was said, but he didn't say any more and they didn't push. Yeah. So jealousy. So it seems like somebody put in Natalie's head that American men and women can't be just friends, and so any little thing that happened when it came to Mike and Sarah, she automatically assumed that he was cheating. And I guess she still assumed that he was cheating up until the wedding because she thought he was out cheating on her like the night before the night of the wedding. So yeah, I'm not sure why they ended on such a bad note. Wish they would have ended on something a little bit more exciting, but that's it for ya. That is the end, guys, of the tell-all part 2. Sorry my voice is practically gone, or quaking. Quacking? No, definitely not quacking. Cracking. Quaking? What? It's 1 a.m. and yeah, I didn't think I would be burnt out, but I'm kind of burnt out. Let me end this video. So that's the end of this recap of the reunion part 2, tell-all part 2. What did you think of it? Any revelations? What do you think about the Andrew and Amira situation? Whose side are you on? What are you thinking? Is it an even peel? Is it a split down the middle? What about the Tariq and Hazel situation? Do you feel like he should finally cut ties with Minty? You know, Hazel doesn't vibe with her. They're married now. What is he still holding on to? What about the Mike and Natalie situation and the Natalie and Sarah situation? Do you believe Sarah? Do you believe Natalie? Let me know down below. Like this video. Comment below. Subscribe to my channel. Also, are you going to be watching the Happily Ever After season? You know, 90 Day Fiancé just consistently comes out with shows. It's like they never take a break. There's always a show happening for 90 Day Fiancé. But yeah, that's the end, y'all. I finished the season somewhat on time. Yay me! Okay, guys. Thank you for watching. Bye.